Right, Wasserman Schultz's Pakistani mystery man is hiding a lot, by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. You think? This is not a surprise to us who have been paying attention. Imran Awan is a Pakistani foreign national, we already know that, who Debbie Wasserman Schultz brought on board to handle the IT matters for House Democrats and the DNC. Right on cue, Awan breached protocol and was fired for illegally accessing classified data and information. Awan was arrested trying to flee the country. However, there's still an air of mystery surrounding the Pakistani man and family, who many believe are behind the DNC hacking and possibly dabbled in blackmail of Democrat House members. From the Daily Caller, a key, if undercovered, aspect of the Pakistani mystery man story is the Imran Awan and Pakistani-born IT aide of former DNC head Debbie Wasserman Schultz took a laptop with username Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz after he was banned from the White House computer network for unauthorized access to data, and then left it in a phone booth with a letter to prosecutors. On Friday, President Donald Trump tweeted, "Just heard the campaign was sued by the obstructionist Democrats. This can be good news in that we will now counter for the DNC server, and they refused to give to the FBI the Debbie Wasserman Schultz servers and documents held by the Pakistani mystery man and Clinton emails." Trump appears to have accurately identified a key issue with the Pakistani mystery man that comes straight from court documents. Lawyers for Pakistani-born Imran Awan currently have a copy of the contents of a laptop with the username Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Wasserman Schultz wanted to block prosecutors from seeing what was on it. I wonder why. Imran's lawyers have attempted to set up a situation where it is up to Imran whether prosecutors can see the laptop, claiming attorney-client privilege, but the President of the United States has none, right? Other analysts say the laptop should be fair game for review. You think? Each twist has increased the intrigue. On February 2nd, 2017, Imran was banned from House computer networks. We already know this, and this happened not long after Schultz was fired from the DNC after a cyber breach, yet she refused to fire him until the last day when he was arrested. And meanwhile, he was getting paid. Wasserman refused to fire him. Okay, we knew that. And on April 5th, despite not being allowed to connect to the House network, he was in possession of a laptop with the username. Unbelievable. And left it in a phone booth where it was picked up by the police and confiscated. That's where she was going crazy trying to get it back. They recognized that it was left there by a criminal suspect. Let that sink in. A Pakistani IT aide who had just been fired by all his other employers for being a suspected hacker left a laptop with username Representative Wasserman Schultz in a phone booth. Okay, the laptop, we know that. The laptop was placed next to a letter to prosecutors. What it said is not publicly known. Again, why shouldn't we know? Why shouldn't we know? The American people. This is a threat to the American people. Why shouldn't the American people know what the note said? Doesn't make any sense. The cache of documents also included copies of Awan's ID, which assured that the police tied the laptop to a criminal suspect and seized it as evidence rather than returning it as lost property. And a note that said attorney-client privilege, which put the laptop into legal limbo. The Democrats have no problem with raiding Trump's attorney's office, so why doesn't Trump send in the FBI, his people, to raid their offices? I don't see. In other words, they're allowed to play dirty and we have to play fair. That's not the way it should be. It's not clear whether the laptop was left out of... No, it wasn't. If there was a note, a carelessness, or was it potentially stolen and possibly planted? Could be. That could be. for police to find, but they wouldn't be blocking it. Who's blocking it if it was planted? Anyway, moving on, it was left in the booth with highly specific and sensitive materials, which Wasserman was going crazy to get her hands on. It may have been left there late at night. Building staff called police. Okay. And to report an unattended bag in the phone booth on the second floor. Imran's attorney said in court that it was snatched by police while he had stepped out of the phone booth to search for better reception. They don't use phone booths. What a crock. Not in this day and age. They don't have cell phones? Pakistanis don't have cell phones? Okay. What occurred in a backpack from my client was found. He was trying to get a better signal. There was a note that said attorney-client privilege. So why did he put the note there? And a hard drive. Goen later offered the DCNF a seemingly conflicting account, saying it was in an email. He wasn't there late at night. That is just false. Okay, I agree with that. The phone booth in the Rayburn House office building, Wasserman Schultz's office, is in Longworth, a different building. What happened next adds to the mystery. On May 17, 2017, Wasserman Schultz used a hearing on the Capitol Police's budget to threaten the police chief. Yep, that's it. For consequences. Okay. When that didn't work, she escalated, raising the prospect of rearranging the Capitol Police's entire board to prevent Verderosa from being a voting member, and lamented that not all of the board's members were subject to oversight by her committee. Questioning him. Yeah, we know all about that. In August, after Imran's arrest at Dulles Airport, Wasserman Schultz changed her tune, saying, "That was not my laptop." You see? She said it's not hers. I have never seen that laptop. I don't know what's on that laptop. She said it was Imran's laptop, but purchased using taxpayer funds from her office. She said Imran's due process rights had inspired her demeanor during the Capitol Police exchange, and that the lengths in which she went to shield the laptop. She then said she was no longer seeking to block prosecutors from looking at the laptop. You see? It was hers. But by then, Imran had taken up the same quest. In September, prosecutors turned over a copy of the government laptop to Imran, even though he had been banned from the House network because he was viewed as a threat. In October, Imran's attorney, Chris Goen, a former aide to Hillary Clinton, yeah, that really struck me. This Pakistani had Hillary Clinton's attorney. Do you see how all of this fits in? I mean, how stupid do they think we really are? So she said in court that Imran was invoking attorney-client privilege on the laptop, and that they feel very strongly that the hard drive not be able to be used as evidence. In other words, we're being infiltrated by this Pakistani spy, but yet the government is saying we have no right to see this? Are you kidding me? Would this law apply in Pakistan? I'd like to realize if this was going on the other way around, would that law apply? I don't think so. Okay, that seemed to set up a situation where Imran was shielding the laptop that Wasserman Schultz had initially not wanted examined, but where it would be within his power to drop the objection. That's significant because House sources have said that the Democrats aren't cooperating with the Awan's prosecution. No, really? And raised questions about whether he has leverage over them. You think? Former U.S. Attorney Andrew McCarthy questioned that attorney-client privilege applies to the laptop at all, saying, if I give my lawyer my bank records and ask him if they show evidence of a crime, the bank records do not become attorney-client privilege. Only his advice to me would be attorney-client privilege, and if I stuck a sign on my bank records that said attorney-client privilege documents, that would not make them attorney-client privilege documents. Basically, yeah, Wasserman Schultz has declined to answer. Now, there's a surprise. Questions about the laptop, but given that it was government equipment that, as she noted previously, belongs to her, she might be able to explicitly give permission. She should give permission to prosecutors to look at it? Boy, this is getting crazier by the minute. In particular, if Imran wasn't authorized to have the laptop, it could be more difficult to invoke privilege on it. Wasserman Schultz's brother, there he goes, is an assistant U.S. attorney at the same office, we know that is handling the case. And he has tweeted dismissively about it. We're not surprised. Rather than simply swatting down the claim and using that, what McCarthy said in the universally employed solution to such a dilemma, using a taint team quote to go through the laptop and isolate specific files that are communications to Imran's lawyer. Prosecutors have delayed the court hearing 5 times, telling the judge repeatedly the government has been in discussion with counsel for the defendants regarding complex discovery issues and other legal issues in this case, in particular issues surrounding claims of attorney-client privilege being raised by defendant Imran Awan, court papers filed Tuesday say. The next court date is set for May 4th, though could be postponed a 6th time. We're not surprised. It's going to be continuously postponed. That's what they're going to try to do. I say get in there and see. This guy was selling top secret information. It was discovered that he was selling top secret information to somebody in Pakistan against the... You get what I'm saying? You know what was going on in this country? That's why they wanted Hillary to win. They were looking to destroy America. That's the bottom line. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.